What's up YouTube? Josh with J Squared Tactical here. I have a very exciting video for you guys today, but before we get into it, I just want to say I apologize. I haven't posted a video in a long time. First and foremost, I did go through a dark time, and anybody who knows me to go through a dark time like that to face depression, it is things that you're interested in, you just lose all interest in those things. On top of that, when I first got into cameras, I was new to it. I'm still new to cameras, and the camera that I bought, which was a Canon 2000D, I did not realize until after the fact that it has a piss poor autofocus settings, and it made it hard to set up for videos. If I needed to, put something from the camera to change the focal point, it wouldn't do that. And that was really cumbersome. So those two things together, it's no excuse, but I didn't post the videos like I did. I still haven't got a new one. I'm actually on my phone here, and I'm actually sitting in front of my wife's vanity because it's the best lighting in the house. Currently, I don't have a studio, so I'm working on that, working on getting some more products in here to make better videos for you guys, better audio. So just bear with me as I do those things. Thank you to those who have continued to subscribe, comment, like. I do greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm very excited about this. This is the Springfield Echelon unboxing. Let's get it. All right, so it comes in a box just like this. Springfield, if you purchase anything from them, I may be wrong, but I don't think this is an ongoing thing. I think it's something they're doing right now. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's something they're doing right now. It's called the Gear Up box. When you buy something from Springfield, there's a number of things that they're gonna put in there, and we're gonna find those things out today. So let's go. All right, first and foremost, we have a warning card. Mishandling this firearm could risk an injury. Then I got my warranty here. Gotta do that. Set that to the side. We have the box with the actual firearm in it. We'll save that for last. Then we have a range bag. Box is done. Throw that out the way. So we have a range bag, very nice range bag. I actually like it. Front side has a Velcro for a patch. Back side has a clear pocket for ID making when you're on the range. Two handles, stitched very nicely. The stitching actually runs inside where the zipper is here and runs down. So it's stitched all the way down to the bottom. You don't have to worry about those handles coming out, okay? This is just a pocket. You can put your range tools, sight tools, boxes of ammunition there. You got an inside pocket here. This fabric is made very well. It's padded in here. So you got two pockets, one on one side, one on the other side for any extra gear you want to put in there, whatever you have at it. We'll talk about these in just a second, and we'll pull these out and talk about these here in just a second as well. Now, you have inside of this range bag, I'm having trouble pulling this magazine out. Inside of this range bag, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 magazine holders here, and then you got 2 different little smaller pouches for flashlight, whatever you want to put in there, ink pens, range marker, target marker, Sharpie, permanent marker, whatever you want to put in there, okay? That is the range bag. Absolutely love it. This is something that I can take with me. Heck, if I want to take this with me to church as a way to carry my gun in church, if I'm not carrying on my person, I can do that, okay? Also in the bag, which is something I'll talk about later, is a feature that this Springfield has. But it also comes with different mounting systems for optics. I see an RMR in here. 507C, 508T has the screws for those with the blue Loctite already. The 509T plate, shield. Let's see, the Delta Pro. But that's not all. So we're going to put this to the side because we will talk about that in just a little bit. I'm going to try to make this video flow as smooth as possible, okay? Now, not only do they give you the range bag, they give you, before I do that, let's pull out the firearm and go from there, okay? Let's pull out the firearm, comes in this nice box here. So we're going to see what's in this box, and then we'll talk about some of the other things they provide. The firearm comes in this bag. It comes with a little target from where they shot it to make sure it's operating properly. And before we open up the firearm, let's see what else they have in this. You have a flap here. It comes with your locking mechanism to keep your gun locked. It comes with a magazine loader, as well as there's one already on the firearm, but it has 2 more back straps for you to utilize depending upon the size of your hand. One last thing, we'll talk about that in just a second. Now let's have a look at this firearm. All right, here's the goods. Comes in this little case here. This is the Springfield Armory Echelon. Absolutely beautiful gun. Just take a look at that beauty. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. There's no ammunition in the room. Absolutely gorgeous gun. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and talk about it. This gun, when you buy it from Springfield currently with the Gear Up box, it comes with 5 magazines. 5. Where'd they do that at? 5 magazines, and I absolutely love it. Each one of these magazines are 17-round magazines. Now, I've always bought 40s. This gun is calibered in 9mm, so this is my first. 5 magazines, 17 rounds each. One of the magazines comes already installed with and base plate that is a +3, okay? This is the extension. Absolutely love it. When I realized it come with this here, and I was like, oh my God, that just this alone. And that extension, like you get a positive slap on that gun when you're loading that extended magazine in there. Absolutely love it. But it's a +3, which is going to give you a 20-round magazine. And if you want one in the pipe with a fully loaded magazine, you're talking 20 + 1. Also in there comes another base plate, which gives you 2 20-round magazines. Bravo, Springfield. Okay. Now let's talk about the firearm. I do have some notes here that I've taken to kind of try to help this to run smooth as I possibly can. Now, they do have a comp version. It will have a compensator a port in the slide that sits in front of the front sight. I think it's a little over $700 for that one. This is not the comp version, and I'll tell you a couple of things that caused me to buy this purchase this gun first, because there were about 5 or 6 that I was looking at. First and foremost, I can't remember exactly what steel this is, but this is a steel slide on top with a polymer frame. Now, right out the gate, even taking the flashlight off of my Glock, this gun is much lighter. And since I'm talking about weight here, this gun comes in at 2.95 pounds, less than 3 pounds, okay? Of course, I do not have a magazine in it, I don't have a flashlight attached, and I don't have a red dot. At this stage right now, This gun comes in at 2.95 pounds. This is considered their full-size firearm, okay? Since we're talking about dimensions here, let's go ahead and get the width out of the way. The width of this gun is 9.9 centimeters. 9.9 centimeters in width, okay? The barrel is a 4.5-inch barrel. Absolutely beautiful gun. Now, let's come from the front and go to the rear. Now, as I said, we got a 4.5-inch barrel. We have night sights. I absolutely love these night sights. There's a couple of reasons why. Okay, first and foremost, they're clear, they're precise. I love the fact that I can acquire my sights at night. If I'm shooting at night, I can see them at night. Number two, I like the fact the way the front sight is a different color than the rear sight, because that makes it very easy to pick up this front sight in between that neon yellow, in between that white, when trying to acquire a proper sight alignment sight picture. Absolutely love that. As far as the slide goes, we have a slide that they did some work to it. They got the indentions, as you can see there, it's indented here. The cuts and serrations in there, it's indented. That way you can get a good purchase on that when racking that slide. Okay, the serrations are absolutely beautiful. They're aggressive. When you get a purchase on that, you ain't got to worry about your hands slipping off. Okay. Also the ones at the rear, you got the aggressive rear serrations, and same way at the back. You have this indention here. That way you can get a good purchase on it while racking that slide, okay? Picatinny reel. I do have a Streamlight TLR1 HL, 1000 lumen. I have one on the way for this particular weapon system, and I can't wait to put it on. While also, before I forget, while also talking about the slide, this is absolutely important. This Echelon, they have a new technology going on, from my understanding. This Echelon can take right out the gate, because a lot of companies, when you order the gun, you purchase it, whatever sight you want to put on it, you have to contact the company and then they'll send you a plate for it, right? This one right out the gate takes 30 different optics. And the one that I wanted when I looked for it, I'm not one that's big on the rounded optic. It's just for, I guess, aesthetic purposes. I'm not one that's big on the rounded optic. I like the more squared one. And so I love Hollisons. I mean, it's hard to beat a Hollison. And so I wanted to go with because it's a square body and still have the solar panel, I wanted to go with the Hollison 508T. That's the sight that I have on the way to run on this gun. That's another thing that I like about Springfield. The first Springfield I ever bought was back in 2011, 2012. It was the XD Subcompact 40. And right out the box, Springfield slides have always been buttery. Like fingertip, you can get that side to cycle. And that has always been a bright spot for me when it comes to Springfield. It's no different with this one. I mean, just fingertip. My Glock, and after putting a couple of thousand rounds through it, it still does not have the same slipperiness and buttery movement that this slide does right out the box, okay? Next is the serrations and the grip. The serrations and the grip are absolutely amazing. One, the serrations are ambidextrous on both sides. If you're a right-handed shooter, on your support side, you have the side of the gun here where your thumb would rest, plus you have like a little gas pedal to rest your hand on. The takedown lever is simultaneously a gas pedal to give you that extra leverage when you're cinching down on that fire, okay? Which that's awesome as well. You got the serrations at the top here. Everywhere it needs to be, it's there. The back, the sides, even the underneath portion of your trigger guard has the serrations, as well as the front has the serrations. Even your guide rod here has the serrations as well. The stippling The grip is everywhere it needs to be, and it's not where it's not supposed to be. Just put it that way, okay? The controls. Before we talk about trigger, let's talk about controls. It's very easy to take this weapon down. Your magazine release is ambidextrous. Also, the magazine release has the stippling on that as well. You can manipulate that from either side. Ambidextrous. Your slide release is ambidextrous as well. You can work that from either side, as you see there. Either side. Okay, so this is a great gun for both left-handed shooters and right-handed shooters, okay? Last but not least, let's talk about the trigger, okay? As you can see, you've got a really nice trigger, flat-facing trigger right off the gate, and it is absolutely crisp. Reset. I mean, right out the gate, that's a great trigger. I will not be changing that trigger out. I'll be keeping that trigger. The only additions that I am going to make to this gun is as I said, I have a Holosun 508T that is en route, as well as a Streamlight TLR1HL, which is a 1,000 lumen light, on the way, and I will be putting a flared mag well on this as well. But other than that, I will not make any other upgrades to this firearm. It will stay as is. Now, just a little bit more information about this gun. Oh, I was about to forget a huge one. The central operating group is the only thing that's serialized in this area right here. It is the only thing that's serialized, which means you can pop this central, something that SIG's been doing for a while. You can pop this central operating group out and drop it in any other modular out there. And so that is a huge, that is a huge deal for me. Like, if I've seen one from Icarus Precision. What the Kicks actually has it on one of his guns, and that's how I came across it. It's a metal frame. It's an all metal frame. It's an OD green. But Icarus Precision has a modular for this firearm that you can pick up. $300, some sub $400. I gotta have it. That way, at any point in time, I can pop this central operating group, pop that in, and run that for a while if I want to. Now, this is a semi-automatic striker-fired pistol. It comes in 3 colors: black, OD green, and FDE. It's not just a frame or that's OD green or FDE or black. It's the whole weapon, slide and all. It's been Cerakoted. Again, 20 round magazines, 17 rounds without the base plates. Night sights, 9.9 centimeters wide, 2.95 pounds, full size weapon, and it is an absolute beauty. Can't wait to take this to the range. Can't wait to put some rounds down range and smell some gunpowder. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do think about liking, sharing, subscribing. That does help the algorithm. Like I said, next video, it will probably be me taking it out to the range, some footage of me shooting, giving you a full review after several hundred rounds have been put through it, and then also another video with those upgrades on it, talking about the upgrades that I've added to it, okay? Then there will also be videos on those particular items. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, like, share, subscribe. Till next time, this is Josh with J Squared Tactical. See you soon.